Did you know that every 2 minutes a woman is diagnosed with cancer, with breast cancer specifically? There is a reason why the month of October is dedicated to breast cancer awareness. In today's show, we are going to be discussing breast cancer. We want to dispel all the fears we have and convey that early detection is the best way forward. We also want to encourage you that, faithful brethren, God is still in control. Today, my guest, like many other breast cancer patients and survivor, she's a survivor. Gladys Finoza, 50-year-old cancer survivor, a mother and a teacher, is going to be sharing with us her story and experience. Stay tuned. This is Biblenomics. So Gladys, when were you diagnosed with cancer?
I was diagnosed with cancer in 2006. I fell to the lump in 2003.
Right.
By then I was at college. I didn't want to be disturbed during my studies, so I ignored it.
Breast cancer.
No, I told my husband that I feel a lump. Then I said, it might be cancer, but I don't want to think about it. I want to complete my studies. Then I went and continued my studies. I was deployed here in 2006. When
How did you start that?
I was at teacher training college.
All right.
Then when I was here, I started to have a sickness sensation. And I was wondering what was going on.
Right.
So from that curiosity, I went to Chinhoyi and told the doctor there that I've got a lump. He said it was outside the breast, so I mustn't be worried about that. So the biopsy was done. After it was done, the thing started to grow, and it was so painful. I used to move around with a drying towel, a first towel, just to keep it warm, to ease up the pain. So then he phoned my husband and said, can you take your wife out? Maybe he was suspecting something. So my husband said, let's go to Kariba for a holiday.
Right.
When we are on our way to Kariba, we passed through the doctor's surgery. And then the doctor said, I was thinking about you. Where have you been? So he touched the area where the biopsy was done. He screamed off and said, we have delayed. This is not good. Myself, I said, what's wrong with this doctor? I wasn't worried at all. So he said we should look for the results.
Biopsy.
Well, biopsy is the removal of a lump or a tissue.
Okay.
Then that tissue is taken to the laboratory.
Right.
They'll do their tests to detect whether it is cancerous or non-cancerous.
Right.
So that was done, and the results were announced to the doctor that it was positive cancer. The doctor called me in and he told me that my Finoza. No, he was already scared.
Right.
Scared of what? I wasn't aware. Saka ndapinda room make zvingazi my Finoza is cancer. I only said, it's okay. He looked at me and said, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. Zvingazi ndati it's positive cancer. Because so what do you want me to do? You want me to cry? I'm not going to cry. If you have told me that I'm HIV positive, was I going to cry? I wasn't going to cry. So what should I do? It's rather difficult to explain how I felt because it came as a surprise.
So maybe you're in shock now.
Yes, it was unbelievable. Because considering my diet at home with my family, we used to eat those traditional foods. Even at church, we always teach each other about healthy food. So what came into my mind was, where did this thing come from? Yet I was watching my diet. I was trying to do everything in a normal way.
Right.
So he said, call your husband. I went to call my husband. He was told and he said, it's okay. So what should you do? The doctor said, this is a funny couple. What's wrong with you guys? Then
my husband, not alarmed.
My husband just said, okay, so what should we do? Just like that. He was cool. I think he was shocked and he was trying to
compose for you
yes,
as well.
Yes. Because if he was going to show a shocking face to me, I was going to break down. But I didn't do that. So instead of us to start running around, the doctor started to run around for us, looking for the surgeon in Harare. So he referred us to a certain surgeon in Harare. We continued with our journey to Kariba. To my surprise, my dear, we cruised for 12 hours in Zambezi. in a houseboat.
Mune cancer iri
But if
kura.
you are to ask me now, what does it look like? The houseboat, I don't even have any idea. I don't know.
Saka makangoenda asi pfungwa dzadza
I was just seated at a certain corner for 12 hours.
muchitaudzana here papo
Yes,
Mukampotana,
he was bringing me food, everything, trying to cheer me up, but I wasn't interested. We were doing this for the children, not me now.
right.
Because I said, I'm sitting on a time bomb. Anytime I was going to die. Then we came back here, we went to Harare.
Right.
We met the surgeon. The surgeon wanted new reports. I was asked to go for mammogram with Nelson Mandela.
Saka mammogram chizviya.
Mammogram is the x-ray taken on the breast,
Right.
both breasts.
Okay.
And those x-rays were out. I took them to the doctor. Out of curiosity, I asked the doctor, how did you detect that this breast is affected with cancer? This is not. And he explained to me. And he even showed me what they would be looking for
Right.
from the x-ray.
Right.
And I saw that. Then the doctor said, Maifa Inoza, we are going to do what is called an extended mastectomy.
Right.
That is the removal of the breast,
Right.
the whole breast. He was good. He was good, the doctor, though it was quite scary. After that, the extended mastectomy was done. I was in a certain hospital in Harare. In that hospital, when I was admitted there, something boosted my morale. When we were at the reception, the guy who was at the reception asked my husband, where is the patient? And my husband said, this is the patient. Then the guy said, no, I want the patient, the cancer patient. Then my husband said, no, my wife is the cancer patient. And they said, no, she doesn't look sick. She's just fine. How can you say she's not feeling well? Up to the rooms where I was supposed to be admitted, the nurses were even asking, where is the patient? And I was
Apa
saying,
maitaura here zvamuri kuita kudai
Yeah.
kana makangonyara.
I know, I was talking, my dear. And I said, ndini patient yacho, ndini. Then they said, mother, hamurwari. And I said, pane changa chida kundirwarisa. Chida kubviswa.
Right.
Saka chikabviswa ichocho handicharwara.
Right.
Handiti. Ndobva tagara pai. Vakunyora. Vandatochinja into my 90s. Ndatogara pambedha. At home, I told my husband, you mustn't bid me farewell. You should just leave. He stood next to me and he said, let me go and check the car outside. And I knew that he was leaving.
Right.
Off he goes.
Right.
I spent the night at the hospital. The following day, I was told not to eat in the afternoon. I enjoyed my breakfast. Then in the afternoon, I was taken to the theater. Then the procedure was carried out.
Right.
It went on well. Then the following day, the physiotherapist came. I did my exercises. She was pleased. I spent 9 days in hospital. But in the hospital, I didn't feel any pain at all. And I was wondering, but I was scared to look at the site. 'Cause I didn't want to look at it.
Saka vakatobvisa rese.
They removed it completely. Then they put some staples, not sutures. After that, the doctor came and said, Gladys, the sister is going to remove the staples. And I cried and I said, no, you are the one who did this on me. So you should
You
remove.
should remove them.
We had an argument and he said, no, Maifa knows that the sister is going to do that. Then the following day, the staples were removed. I was in pain. I told my husband, I don't want to go home. Can you tell the doctor that I just want to be here? Then he said, it's okay. When he was about to make a phone call to the doctor,
Right.
I said, please, can you assist me to wake up? So I got seated on the bed. The pain disappeared.
Really?
And I said, let's go home. Let's go home, my dear. In my 90s, he didn't bring any clothes for me to wear. So I was discharged in my 90s. I went to my young sister's house in Greendale. That's where I spent about 3 weeks there, nursing the wound. It was fine. And the wound wasn't all that a problem to us. It dried up so well. So I was referred to the oncologist, and the oncologist came to me to the house. She visited me, and she told me the procedures that were going to be done. That was chemotherapy.
Right.
Then I met a certain sister from Cancer Center. She was counseling me on it was not a bad thing, it was a good idea to have my breast removed so that I was going to be more secured. I wasn't going to be affected with cancer.
All right. Welcome back to Biblenomics. My special guest today is a special cancer survivor by the name Gladys. She's telling us her story and her experience with cancer. So chemotherapy yanga yekuita say because unduranga ripo rabviswa. Samurabviswa. So chemotherapy iyi vari kuti inofanwa kuita sei manje.
Well, about chemotherapy, I was told by the oncologist at her rooms that was going to be done. It's a procedure to kill other cancer cells that will be in my system.
Okay. So although they've removed the breast, they know that there's still cancer cells somewhere in the body.
And those cancer cells were supposed to be killed by chemotherapy.
Right.
And
What about stage cancer?
My dear. She said it was on stage 4.
Really?
Yes. If I had time, I could have shown you the diagrams where she was drawing the breast and everything. And she said, your cancer is on stage 4. Then I said, so doctor, what should I do? She recommended chemotherapy.
Okay.
And chemotherapy was, from her explanation to me, it was expensive, very expensive. So thinking that I'm a teacher, how was I going to raise the money for chemotherapy? Only God knows.
Right. Any side effects of the chemotherapy?
Yes, serious ones, serious ones. So chemotherapy was done. I got the first medication batch from my cousin brother who is in South Africa, Alfred.
Right.
He sent it to me by bus, and there was confusion in the bus. When they reached the border at the South African side, they didn't allow the medicine to pass because there was no prescription. The bus was delayed for about 2 hours. So my brother had to fax the prescription to the border. So when they saw the prescription, they were allowed to
enter.
Yes.
So how long did you have chemotherapy for? How many sessions did you have to do?
I had 6 sessions.
6 sessions.
Yes.
Saka vanoita sei? It was say chemotherapy.
Chemotherapy is something I wouldn't like to think about because it's terrible. They put I think the pharmacists, they know how it is done, but they'll be wearing protective clothing.
Right.
Then vosanganisa mishonga iyaya is so harmful. That's what they say.
Right.
Vasanganisa mishonga iyaya vouya nayo pandiri bedside. Then votsvaga tsinga anditya. Voisa tsinga apa anditya. Vobaya. Mushonga wotanga kupinda. Unoita chiveve miri wese. Unoita chiveve miri wese. Moza wengoti uchingoti zvichaita wese zvichadi. But the doctor vakanga vakagara vakandudza ma side effects that I was going to lose my hair. I used
Did
to
you
have,
lose your hair?
Yes, I used to have long hair.
Saka maitobata dai chitodona.
You know what happened?
Kati waingoona papilo here.
When the operation was done, I had some braids on my hair. Then it was removed, it was recharged, it was fine. Then I had a tie back tying my hair. My young sister said, no, let me cut your hair short. So during the process, she wanted to cut it nicely. Instead of hair to use the scissors to cut the hair, she just pushed it back. It went off.
Huh?
Yes. It went off on its own. I didn't want to see my hair because ndaitochema kuti musagere musoro wangu ndoda bvudzi rangu because ranga rakareba rakanaka rakaita kuindaiswa hair remover. Yes, bvudzi rese on a human being on my body went off.
Wow.
Rabva rese nzara dzakatanga kuita black.
Wow.
My complexion became darker. Yes. So
But you were not sick. Were you feeling nauseous?
yes, ndairutsa zviri sevhiye. At a certain extent, no, bored to extreme. At a certain extent, I found my friend who is a survivor, Ochilia Shukumbete, and I said, Sha, I just want to die now. Please, can you give me something that can kill me? I'm tired, I just want to die. And you know what she said? Ladies, you come over it. It's a process, my dear. Be strong, ladies. Be strong.
Right. Sarah Pangubaye say, how were you experiencing your faith? All right, mabviswa paya tamambotara tumchipatara. You were okay. You were not shaken. Razobviswa. You're looking at yourself in the mirror. First of all, you look different. You're no longer Gladys from 2 weeks before. You now have one breast missing. How are you processing all that? How is that affecting you, Semtend?
At first, I get so bitter. I got so bitter with my God. So I was asking, why did you allow this to happen to me? What have I done? I praise your name. You are my creator. You are the provider of everything. And I trust in you, but why? We are 9 in our family. And I was saying, why me? Why? What have I done? Other ladies from my church, they came to preach about it, trying to make me strong. And I said, no, guys, I've given up hope. I've given up faith. I don't want to hear anything. If God is up there, you should have protected me from this disease. Because my oncologist used to say, it's a disease for those rich people. They said, doctor, I'm just an ordinary teacher with nothing. Trying to send my kids to school. But that money is being taken away from my children to my medication. It's so unfair. At first, I have to tell you the truth. I lost hope. I didn't want to see anyone. But my young sister who is in England always call me and say, Gladys, look at your children. You have to be strong. Pray with your children, with your kids. Then she'll say, call your daughter. Then I'll call my daughter. She'll come next to me and say, hold her hand, and I'll hold her hand. Then she'll say, pray with your daughter. Look at your children. If you die today, no one is going to look after your children.
Indeed.
The piece of cake that you give to your children isn't going to be nicer if I'm the one who's going to give them a piece of cake.
That's true.
So ladies, be strong.
Vana vanoda mai vavo.
From her words and from the counseling I was receiving from the cancer center, from my oncologist, it boosted my morale. Because when I was having my chemotherapy coming from the hospital, I saw my pastor. We used to stay in Chipinge. Then my pastor I saw him in the lounge. And I said, what? Pastor Chirima. I broke down. I cried. Those tears of happiness, saying, you are thinking of me. Huh? After these procedures and the like, he came, they prayed for me, and there was another family, the Magutsa families. They used to come and pray for me. I was getting up from where I had fallen from.
You're getting encouraged.
Yes, but the other ladies from the premier services, my Mnengwa and my Anadu, they did a great job. They used to come to the car and say, ladies, you don't look like someone who's on chemo. You look fine. You know, they say...
Even though you had no hair.
I used to wear wigs.
Right.
Yes. I started to put on wigs, dukes, trying to mend up the outlook. Then they'll come to the car and say, ladies, you don't look like someone who's on chemo. You look so well, my dear. Some say when you're having chemo, you lose weight. But to me, it was opposite.
You're gaining weight.
I gained weight up to 85 kgs.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wow, almost overweight, actually.
Yeah, obesity.
So what's the difference between chemo now and radiotherapy?
Radiotherapy is like you go under a machine where they'll be doing a procedure like they are taking an x-ray. You go and they'll mark on the site where the extended mastectomy was done.
Right.
Then you go under the machine for for few minutes, I think. Then they'll do the procedure.
Right.
The radiographers will be outside. We'll be left alone in the room under the machine, hearing the clicking sound of the machines. Then they will just tell you it's done. So when that was done, I started to
ndeyekuita sei radio
vakuti vari kupisa macancer cells ari paside.
right
Handiti ka
anenge achitomaona ipapo.
handizivi.
Okay.
Inini I was just following the procedure.
ndizvo.
Because when they were doing the radiotherapy, I could start to smell my skin like it's being bent. You know the skin when you are bent? That was the smell that was coming from the side. And I used to stay like this, just trying to avoid movements, being offended by the smell. But I could ask my young sister, are you smelling something? Then they'll say, no, we are not smelling anything. You are just fine.
asi vaitouwa
Ndifunge kuti vaizvinzwa kana kuti it was a way of just motivating me. So the radiotherapy was done. I came back here in Zimbabwe. Then the doctor now was there to show my husband the new Gladys, the site where the extended maxillary was done. The chemotherapy was done. Radiotherapy was done. He didn't see the site.
right. So chemotherapy yangasi kushanda here. Why do they still need to do another process after that? Kana kuti nima stages ayo ainofanwa kungoteererwa.
I think vanoti kana cancer iri pa stage 4. You have to follow all those procedures.
Right.
And it's all up to the patient. Some refuse to follow those procedures.
Ungotongozoona kana ikaita into remission.
Yes.
Right.
Saka inini nyaya kungotya kuti well, I'm into this. Let me complete the sessions.
Right.
Saka ndakaitwa izvozvo. When I was in South Africa, my husband actually followed me in South Africa. And the sisters there, they were surprised. They told me that in South Africa, divorce cases of cancer patient women is very high.
Why?
Because the husbands are saying they can't cope with the bills.
The bills.
Yes. So my husband followed me in South Africa with the money for radiotherapy, and that was done. I came back here in Zimbabwe. We went to the oncologist, me and my husband. She told him of what has been done on me and what was to be done next. Then he was asked that if he was prepared to see the new wife. Then he was shown the site.
Right. How were you feeling about seeing yourself like that in the mirror?
You know what? From the day my extended maxillary was done, I didn't look at it. I was afraid. I was angry. I was angry, my dear.
Yeah, because hemba fitted the same way. Zvatosiyana.
But there's an advantage of not having a one breast.
Really?
Because I used to go back to South Africa for review, for follow-up. So when I was at the border, I'll go and jump the queue wearing a body top without the prosthesis. Usually the unevenness that will be seen on the chest. Then I will show them my passport. Zonzi join like you not ndorwara.
And disabled.
Zonzi join like you not
physical disability.
Ndakaita breast cancer. Take your things and get into the bus. That was another advantage of having one breast.
In fact, even my bank user, I'm to me actually. I'm physical disability.
These days is rather difficult because everyone will say, I'm sick. Okay. Then he was shown the site. He said, it's okay. I'm comfortable with it. As long as she's there, alive with me, no problem. And he said,
what do you think was giving your husband strength? Where was he getting also? Because I think for men it can't be. They're not like us women where support church. For men, I think it must be different when your wife has got an illness or a condition, and they need to be strong for themselves and for her.
Well, we go to church together. So I think him being a Christian, I think he left everything in the hands of the God. Because him alone, he couldn't do anything but to seek for guidance from the Almighty.
Right. Right, right. And I suppose this also brought you closer.
Very. I tell you, very close. Yes, we are so close.
Wow.
Because at times when we are moving together in town or anywhere else, you say, lady, look at those women. And you see them, not yes, and you are just unique. Unique, yeah, because they've got their breast and they are the only one with one breast. So yeah, unique. I love you for that. He supports me.
You tried.
Yes,
You really tried.
even my children. These days they laugh about it. They say, Mama, you used to bother us. You used to tell us to put our hands on the heater. Then we'll massage your bald hair. And I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But they say I used to ask them to do that. So as
How else do you think your whole process, your whole journey affected your parentship?
with my kids, I had a bitterness. I was so bitter. Just looking at them playing. I think my eldest...
How old were they?
She was 11
Okay.
by then,
Okay.
and the boy was 9.
So they were young.
Very, very young. Because I was 38. And the nurses and doctors were saying, we know cancer is mostly detected into the ladies in their late 40s. But you are 38. And they'll say, I don't know. I don't know what went wrong. So with my kids, it created a strong bond again.
Right.
Yes. So everything went on well, even up to today. They support me at all costs. When I start to shout at them, at times my son will say, Tao, did she take etamo? Did she take tamoxifen? The medication that I take once every day
Right.
at 8 o'clock.
Right.
So she will bring the tamoxifen. Once I take that, I sleep. Then they will say, the magic has been done. Just leave here to sleep.
I want to hear more about, you said earlier you'd lost hope and then slowly you started to gain encouragement. Your sister would call you. I want to hear more about how you found your faith again.
Oh, by seeing other church members visiting me and me going to the church, attending ladies' seminars and the like, that boosted my morale and the faith was uplifted. Yes.
Is there a special book that you remember you were reading at the time, whether it was Job, Matthew, Genesis, that you remember before?
Job. Because Job akapinda mumatambudziko akawanda. Vana vake vakafa, zvipfuyo zvake
Zvose zvakafa.
iye akarwara. He didn't lose faith. Kana. Saka iro pandaingonzwa vaingonditi think about Job. Pane reason yazviri kuitirwa kwauri lady. Be strong. Be strong. Even my oncologist, I have to mention here, Nyakabao. She was just good. She will come by my bedside singing songs of praise. You are going to be healed. You are going to be fine. Keep up the mood.
Okay.
Vanhu vakatondibvunza kuti, are you related to this doctor? And I said, I don't know. I'm just a patient. I'm just a patient. So thumbs up to Nyakabao and Patience Nyemba. Those ladies, they mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to me because they supported me even up to now. They are supporting me at all costs. They will call me, how are you feeling? Diehard. That's my new name. I gave myself a new name. Diehard. Because cancer, I said to cancer, you are not going to kill me. I'm going to kill all the cancer cells in me. And by just adhering to the situation that was surrounding me, it kept me going.
It kept you going. Do you believe there was a purpose in your journey with cancer?
Yes.
Yes,
there's a purpose. Because wherever I go, I start to talk about cancer. I lecture about cancer to other women. And when I finish lecturing to them, I'll say, if I hear that you've got cancer at a late stage, I won't sympathize with you. Because I am here, I'm telling you to go for early detection.
Right.
You have to listen to what I'm saying because I am in the situation. And I know different ways of you to avoid the situation that I am in. And you are so fortunate to have someone like me who is advising you on what to do. Especially October has just passed. And I was seeing on the television that few ladies were going for screening. And I was wondering, where are these ladies? We mustn't be scared of this word cancer, cancer, cancer. Why are you scared of cancer? Who told you that you have got cancer before screening? And if you are told that you have got cancer, please, please, please don't lose heart. Just go and follow the procedures. During the days when I was receiving chemotherapy, some new patients were referred to me.
Right.
That you go and talk to Gladys.
Right.
She'll tell you more. So I used to counsel those ladies. This is not the end of the world. This food is nice. Chew slowly, swallow. Don't drink water. Wait. Don't vomit. You're wasting good food. You know, daizviita izvozvo ndiri kuchipatara. Ndaigona kutofamba nechidrip changu ndotomuzoti welcome to the world of cancer. Ndine headcare. Pandichisvika ndine zvimacooler box zvangu zvemushonga kuSt Clemens. Ndaitonazomira vaona here dhokota osei tambirai vaenzi ndauya. And they will know that Gladys is around. And ndine mubhedha wangu wandaida muhospital. Wandaitwa please kana chiya kusession ndikuda mubhedha wangu. Mumwe musi vakauyisa patient ndikamira ndikati handisi kuda. I want my bed. Then they said, no, Gladys, go somewhere. So when I was given a new bed, I liked that bed again. I said, this one is far much better than that one.
And on a personal level, I know you were talking about purpose in terms of helping other women, but on a personal level, what has that done for you psychologically, mentally?
Well, mentally, it has made me strong. Physically, I don't want anything to disturb me. When I say I want to do this, I have to go for it. And I managed to develop a positive attitude towards any situation. What I know is, by the grace of God, you prosper, you proceed, you overcome some of the problems or situations that you won't be able to control. But if you kneel down and pray, everything will be fine.
You'll be fine. On that note, Chamatanga, and that of Vunzachi, you know, there are some women, I think generally, Pachi Christo to encourage Wakuti, you know, God heals everything. So says Juneta. But we also know, Kuti, there are some cancer fighters who might not have made it. How, in your experience, do you rationalize that experience? Kuti once takurudzira mwe munhu pachikristu kuti God will heal you and they don't recover.
Well, zvakaita, no one will live forever. We are all waiting for the second coming of the Jesus Christ. Mwanakomana womunhu achauya. And kufa mutemo waMwari, murayiro waMwari. And kana hanzi kana muganhu wasvika, don't be surprised uchibva panapa mai manje utonzwa Gladys adoni ashaya.
Right.
Tine mafiro, tine nguva dzakasiyana siyana dzekuvata. And kazhinji kacho tinoshandisa kuti kufa hakusi kufa tiri kurara. Anditi tarara tiri kumirira the second coming of Jesus Christ. Pavachauya asi vanouya vakaita vanotora avo vakafa muzita rake vachatanga kumuka.
Right.
Vamuka handiti ka. Wona Kristu wavo. Avo vakafa vasingaite zvakanaka ndo vachafa zvachose. You get what I'm saying? Saka it's a matter of nguva. Anditi hakusi kuti cancer ndiye ichandiuraya. No wonder why I always say cancer is not going to kill me.
Right.
Who am I to say that? Pamwe ichatozoitawo zvaichada pandiri, but ndatomborarama ka. It's about 15 years ndichirarama nechirwere ichi. Hakusi kungwara kwangu. Jehovah pamwe vakatoti Gladys ita cancer. Ubatsire uyu. Pamwe kutotaura kuti because nenda kuchechi umwe achaya chinoenda kuchechi ipi.
Right.
With the belief yekuti if she comes to my church she will be healed. But iwewo munhu kutenda kwako ndokunokuporesa. Mukadzi airwara nechirwere chekubuda ropa chiye asi akangobata mukombero nguo yaJesu akabva apona. Ko isusu patakagara panapa takambomuona Jesu wacho. But tiri kutongonamata tichiziva kuti ariko kumusoro kudenga.
ndizvozvo
Eh.
ndizvozvo
Asma isusu tikuda Mwari wasinambobvira taona tichivenga hama dzedu. No.
doesn't work like that.
Ehe, ngatide hama dzedu ndokuti tinzire vatendi vechokwadi. Saka maladies anodetectwa cancer, they mustn't lose hope. They mustn't. Even mafamilies achaluza hama dzavo through cancer. Avafaniri kubva vatongoti vakandiona kuti Gladys uchafa kuzambuya yangu vakafa. How do they know that cancer is going to kill me? Or ndichangofawo neheadache. Vangani vaunongonzwa muza pane mumwe unongonzwa kuti aisa sudden death. Like of recent I lost my young sister who was nursing me mazuva cancer iwaya.
Right.
She had a cardiac arrest. Tichienda kubulawayo. Fortunately akamuka. From 2008 up to April, last April this year, she passed on. Anditi mukona. Ini ndiri apa. Iyanga ari apa anditi. Iri vicious chi.
Cancer.
Saka ndikuti kufa mutongo waMwari.
Ndizvozvo.
Mugano kana wangosvika mwana ane 2 hours anofa wani. Zvinenge zvakanzi mwana uyu haasi kuzoenda ku5 hours achafa ne2 hours. Saka kana Mwari vakati Gladys uchafa after 15 years of your cancer survival, I'm going to die. Saka we mustn't lose hope. Kana wangoti tikitwa necancer ziya kuti kufa kuchauya kana kuti there is life after being detected with cancer.
I read somewhere kuti actress anonzi Angelina Jolie in America akaonekwa ane defective gene ingangokonzera kuti aite breast cancer kumberi uko, and she decided kuti let me have a double mastectomy nganditobviswa mazamu acho. What do you think about that decision? Women woonekwa uchienda matesta kuonekwa kuti hauna hako zvino asi unotaridza kuti you carry the defective gene. Would you recommend kuti munhu obva watongobviswa mazamu?
Yeah, I recommend that. Because as I'm seated here, I regret. I always say I wish they could have removed all the breast.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because I won't be attending again the mammograms, the screening for the remaining breast.
Right.
If they had removed all the breast, I'll be fine.
Where are you now in your cancer journey?
Well, now I'm taking tamoxifen.
Is it for life or for a season or?
It's funny. I was supposed to take tamoxifen for 5 years.
Right.
Then through the internet, my husband read that if I'm to take tamoxifen for more than 10 years, the chances of reoccurrence will be reduced.
Slim.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I think if I'm to go for follow-up, the doctors are going to make their decision whether for me to continue with tamoxifen or to stop.
Right.
Because it's now my 11th year now taking tamoxifen.
Okay. Okay. But when you've been going Mashura, your most recent visit, you're cancer-free, everything is looking well?
Yes, they always say that everything is looking well.
Okay, so you are a cancer survivor?
Yes, a strong one.
A very strong one. Even your energy that's speaking to you is amazing.
No, I don't
someone
think...
with stage 4 cancer.
I think of it. If I'm to walk around saying I'm a cancer survivor on stage 4, that will kill me. But I have to laugh it off. Joke with it.
Yeah. All right. My last question. I wish you could sit here and talk the whole day, Gladys. I want to know, what would you like to say to young adults, young women out there, either who've been diagnosed or that are possibly carrying the gene? What would you like them to know?
They should go for cancer screening. Those who are carrying the genes. They should go to the specialized people who can advise them on what to do. They mustn't sit back at home saying that, oh well, I've got the gene, so it's going to erupt at any time, I'm going to die. No, that's not it. They have to seek for good advice from the qualified people.
Right.
Then for the young ladies who are not yet diagnosed, who are fortunate enough, they must go for screening.
How often should we go for screening?
Well, I think once a year.
Once a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
once a year will be fine.
If I know in the people, no screen.
Cancer Center, they do that.
Okay.
Then I had at Nelson Mandela, where Dr. Ndlovu's offices are, she brought new machines for the screening and everything, where I got my mammogram done. so they can go there.
Right.
Or they can go and inquire from the big hospitals, Parenyatwa avenues.
Right.
They will be advised on where to go.
All right. Tiri kumba tokwanisa here kutozvicheka nomini kuti izere lump. Kungofila handiti kungobata kungoona kuti pane chisingafangwe chirimo chakufila kunge paita chibundu or something handiti.
Ngatirege kuti ukafila lump woti pamwe roda kuita mota pamwe roda kudi ingoenda kuna doctor. Chiremba ndozvandiri. Chiremba anoziva zvaari haambokuwestera time. Anokurifeya further. Wadaro zvinhu zvinotofamba pane kuti ungogara uchingoti ndaita bundu ndazoti we mustn't waste time. Let's go for screening. Early detection saves life. And positive thinking always.
Thank you so much.
You're
Well,
welcome.
mazvinzwira mega. Early detection saves lives and positive thinking.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching Biblenomics with my special guest, Die Hard Gladys. This has been Biblenomics. See you next week.
FMTV.